Patients are always complaining they can't get the esophageal probe in when they're doing a hypothermia. They're a bunch of whiners. But to their credit, this thing is pretty floppy sometimes, and getting it into the oropharynx, it's sometimes tough. So here's the deal. You get a big ET tube. Now, this is an 8.0, but an 8.5 is even nicer. You take out your 22 millimeter adapter. Now I have a nice little hook knife here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to split it down the middle. And it's a lot easier with this, but you can do it with trauma shears if you don't have one of these. And that works fine too. And then all you do is lube it up really nice and gently, with a nice jaw thrust, pass this down to the patient's esophagus. Now, since this is a little stiffer than the probe, it goes down relatively easily. Sometimes if I have the wherewithal, I'll grab a laryngoscope and actually lift the jaw and visualize it going in the esophagus. And that's probably the safest way if you're having any trouble, because you don't want to jam this thing into the posterior pharynx. You want to gently place it. So if I go in there and I'm having some trouble, I'll grab a laryngoscope, lift up, see that it's going below the cords, and now I know it's in the esophagus. Once it's in the esophagus, you take your probe and you lube that up. Your ET. And then what you can do is you pull the ET tube out of the mouth. So now if the patient's mouth would end over here, so the ET tube is entirely out, and you strip the ET off of your probe. And now your probe